Something Sweet with Carrie and Alyssa. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Welcome to Something Sweet Podcast with Carrie and Alyssa.
Halloween edition.
Yeah. This is our first attempt at video, so you can't see it right now because we're gonna reveal our costumes as surprises for each other. So hopefully this all goes well. And bear with us while we figure it out. So let's I guess reveal, yeah.
Okay. Three,
Okay.
two,
2,
one,
1.
go.
Are you Snooky? I don't know in your hand. You're who?
Oh, this is Crocodile.
Oh, I couldn't see him.
Sorry. This is Crocodile. And then I have my Snuggie shirt on.
Oh, okay. So you have to explain, what does this crocodile have to do with Snooky?
Okay, so Crocodile was a stuffed animal that she brought with her to the shore house. And hers was like 3 times this size. But I asked Jordan, I was like, can I use your crocodile? He's like, why? I was like, for the
So
podcast.
funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I love the sunglasses. You look just
Oh
like
yeah.
her.
I literally told you, I'm
And the
like, I
boots.
just had to find something around the house. So these sunglasses are from
No, I
Partridge Creek. The
love.
remember the
I love
giveaway I won?
green.
That's what
Oh,
came
yeah.
in it.
Oh, oh, that's too funny.
Oh my gosh, you
I
look
love
just
it.
like Miss Rachel.
Do I?
I love it.
Girl, so let me just so
Oh
I
my
already got the
gosh.
overall.
Of
But
course
then I
you
told you I went to
did.
Hobby Lobby. I went to Hobby Lobby
Yes.
for a pink shirt, which is what we had. And then they
I
have
should
this
have known.
little, it's like, it's one of those, like, when you do your skincare, like, it pulls your hair back, like, headbands. And it
Oh,
came
I
with,
couldn't
like, a
even
little,
tell.
it came with, like, a little bow, but it just, like, pulled right out. And I'm like, oh man, this is exactly what she wears.
Yeah.
It was literally $3. And it came with, like, the
Oh my
receipt.
gosh.
So,
So cool.
I know. I think Peter was really excited to see me as Miss Rachel. He, like, was looking at me like,
Adorable.
look, Grandma, like, you're also Miss Rachel. So,
That is so funny. I could take the sunglasses off though, but I even like did my makeup like
I love
Snooki.
it. I love your hair.
I put so much bronzer on, it's ridiculous.
That's so
Like
funny.
like I even put bronzer all over my face in a hot minute.
Yeah, that was like a, what, 2010 thing? I don't even know.
Yeah,
It's so funny. I
that is
love it.
hilarious.
So anyway, here are our faces, in case you don't know what we look like. Um, and yeah, I'm so curious about the screen recording, but we're just gonna vibe with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. Um, so it's Saturday night.
Yes.
Have you done anything fun over the week? I don't even remember what I did.
On I was gonna say on Friday, but that would be yesterday. Yesterday I went to my cousin's last football game, and he's like
Okay.
the last of his brothers to like that was like his last game. Like he's the last one of his brothers to graduate. So I watched all of them play football and now this was the last one. So sometimes my cousin, his mom works late, so sometimes she comes to the game later. And they were doing like a senior night and they were having the parents like walk on the field with them and be introduced. And me and my mom looked at each other and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if she's here because she normally comes late. And me and my mom both like ran down there because we were like worried. And she was there, but then she's like, come on, come on. So me and my mom like walked with him and his mom like on the field.
Aw,
Yeah, I
super
know.
cute.
And I don't know if I've ever talked about like my mom's sister,
Mhm.
but that was his grandma. And he is the baby of the family, so I don't think he really remembers her all that much. But my my cousins always say like my mom reminds me of her or reminds them of her. So I think it like meant a lot that she
Mhm.
like walked on the field and stuff with them. Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
cool.
What did you do? That was all I've done.
Really have done a lot. No, I am. officially weaning Peter, taking him off the boob for good. That's been a happy, cool day. No, it's going fine, except just that my could have only been breastfeeding enough one boob for quite some time. So it's just one is like large and
Yeah,
sore.
uncomfortable.
So
Yeah.
but you can't tell in my world, so
Yeah.
there's some wearing like hoodies and stuff. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. We're waiting till Jace comes home to like carve pumpkins and stuff. I think I got the boys' costumes ready. Pretty much. I have a couple things coming on Amazon, but yeah, we're sticking with Harry and Marv from Home Alone. This is what I normally look like when we record, and I always look like a pilot, which is
I
why I
know,
was
but
trying not to wear these.
you
But
sound so much better now. It's not
okay,
echoey at all.
okay.
You could have
That's
been a
cool.
pilot. You could
I should
have
have
been
been like Amelia Earhart or something.
yeah.
If they even had
Well,
these
maybe,
today,
well,
I don't
maybe
even
not
know.
her. Maybe
Maybe
not
not.
her.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. There's other women pilots, right? Um, okay. So, moving on.
So,
Do you want to get into Lady in Cabin 10 or
yes,
is
yes.
that what it was
So I,
called?
hold on, I have it written down. I
I
think
mean,
it
it's the
is.
women in Cabin 10. I just keep saying lady. I don't know why.
Lady. The lady. It is lady. Lady and
Oh,
or maybe
okay.
that's what you told me. So I wrote it down.
Oh, shit. Do we need to Google? Let me
Lady
Google it.
and I am. Lady and Kevin 10. Nope, you're right. Oh no, it is the woman in Kevin.
Oh, see? And see, lady sounds so informal, but it also sounded right. So I didn't know.
But you said Lady in Cabin 10 last week, so I just wrote down what you said. So I just went with
Oh,
it. I just
well,
believed you. So
you should know not to believe me. Whatever. Um, so we watched one thing this week, The Woman in
literally.
Cabin 10. It was a quick watch.
Yes.
It's just a movie. Um, I thought it was good.
I thought it was
Did
good.
you? It was very like
I
edge on your seat, like kind of didn't know what was
yeah.
coming.
Well, and I forgot how good of an actress she is. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen her in much
I
lately.
feel like I
There
haven't
is,
seen her. And yep.
look, there is another show, I think it is, that she's in on Netflix that looks like mystery type thing too. It wasn't this, it was like an actual series, like it was an actual
Oh,
season of something. So I'll have to get the name of it, but yeah. I remember looking at it and before this even came out, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good," but I couldn't like commit to a whole nother series. And then,
yeah,
yeah, and then this was just like a quick watch, but super good. I did kind of think, well, spoiler alert, I did kind of think it was something with the woman. I was like, she's not sick,
yeah,
but I didn't know the extent of it. You know, like
yeah,
I didn't know all that. Like I didn't catch all that.
yeah. No, I was very surprised. I didn't know it was going to be her at all. So it was good. It was good. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember it, honestly. It's been a while. I watched it a few days ago.
Oh, I just finished it today, so it's like
Oh,
still on
okay.
my mind. But so Keira Knightley, she plays a woman, I think her name's Lauren, but they call her Lo. And
Mhm.
she's a journalist, and I joked with you, and I'm like, why are all these women journalists in these like movies and shows that are like
Mhm.
up to no good? And she works for like a newspaper, I think, or it could just be an online publication. But she gets an email about coming on like some big yacht to do this story.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of like a like I don't know, we learned it as like a fluff piece it's called. Like so you're like hired to write something good about the person. Like
Yeah.
so it's a fluff piece. So that's what
Which
she's
really
hired
makes
to
you think
do.
like how often that
Oh, it
happens.
happens all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Like we've literally learned about those in school, like fluff pieces.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and technically, like I used to write some of them at my old job because we got hired by clients and then the clients would
Hmm.
get to look at them beforehand. So if somebody was paying us to write something for them, Like, yes, we would look into things. We wouldn't just write whatever they say, but then they had the final say of like what went to print.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so that's normally how it works, but that's what she was hired to do. But while she's on board, she's seeing all these like weird things happening and just, I don't know, it's like a weird group of people that are like
Yeah.
billionaires and on this mega yacht. And then there were things that were weird to me, like, oh, they just don't have cameras on at all times. Because there was at one
Hmm.
point where she was like, check the cameras, this happened. And they were like, oh, we have those turned off. And she's like, what? And like, imagine being on a freaking cruise. Well, this is a yacht, but like, imagine being on a ship, which we've already talked about
Hmm.
this, and them being like, oh, yeah, no, the cameras aren't on. Like, how unsafe would you already, like, you already feel unsafe, but now, like, how much more unsafe would you feel?
Yeah.
So that
And they
was
were like
crazy to me.
totally gaslighting her the whole time.
Yes, the whole time. And she stuck to her guns. She's like, no, that's not.
Hmm.
I know I saw a woman in cabin 10, a lady in cabin 10. And yeah, she was essentially right. And there was more to it. Of course, it dealt with money. Like, of course, you know.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Always.
always. I don't know if we want to like get into more if we want people to watch it. So
No, I think we recommend it. You should watch it. It was good. I
it's
feel
really
like a
good.
thriller. I feel like I haven't seen Keira Knightley in anything in forever. Every time I see her, I just think of
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, but
Yeah. She's so good.
that was forever ago. But yeah, it was good.
Okay, so I also watched it is called Murdoch Death in the Family.
I
So do
keep
you know
forgetting
about
about this.
oh my gosh. So I think there's one, two, three, I think there's been four episodes so far. But I watched like the three in a row and then I just watched the one today, like before we recorded.
Is it still
And I
with
was like,
Brittany Snow?
really? Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
gotta watch it. I've seen like because this is obviously like not a doc. I mean, it's based on a true story, but I've seen like a documentary on Netflix or something before, and it was pretty mind blowing.
I can't remember if I saw the documentary or if I just listened to the podcast in like
I'm so sorry.
I was like, whoa.
So funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
But or maybe I saw like I did both. Maybe I listened to the podcast and the documentary on Netflix. But I was like really into this case because it's just crazy. Like it's like so layered, you know?
Oh
Um
yeah.
so for those of you that don't know, which not I was gonna ask you, I was like, do you know this one? But for those that don't know, the Murdoch family is from South Carolina, and they have like a whole like legal dynasty. Like
Hmm.
for like the past like 80 some years, there's been like lawyers in their family. And they were like known for like being corrupt and like just being shady. Um,
It's
and
kind of like a
basically,
smaller town, right?
hmm let me see if it says what town.
So it's like essentially they have so much power in this town.
So much power that people like really don't even want to mess with them or like people that are trying to step up to them like Brittany Snow's
Hmm.
character, she's a journalist. um People are like, watch your back, girl, like watch your
Hmm.
back. um so yeah, so crazy. And then so crazy seeing like the entitlement of the son. I know like the older one, like I mean, he might have did some stuff back in his day too. I vaguely remember that, right? Like he did some stuff. I haven't gotten to that part in the
Hmm. Hmm.
documentary yet of like his stuff, um, but not like the younger one. Like he just is kind of
Yeah, it's a wild child.
I'm like, what's the word? Like untamable, like
Hmm.
and it seems like he's constantly getting in trouble, but then he's getting out of the trouble. Like nobody's holding him accountable. So he just
Right.
does whatever he wants. So one of the things that he did, he was out on their boat with a bunch of friends, and he was drinking and driving the boat, and they ended up crashing. I believe it
Mm-hmm.
was a crash, right? And then one of the girls goes into the water and she wasn't found for like days later, and then she was found dead. And like even the dad wanted somebody else to take the fall for it because he
Yeah.
knew his son had been in trouble for so many times for like drinking and driving. So he didn't want anything to, you know,
Oh, there
tarnish
we
their
go.
family name, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so that's pretty much where I got in the show so far.
Okay.
It was like after the crash, like, and I'm already like over halfway, so it's crazy. But essentially the dad ends up calling, his name is, it looks like Alex, but it's pronounced Alec. But
Mm.
he, yeah, one of those. Uh,
Literally though, because it's like, okay, can you just be fucking Alex? Sorry for anyone named Alec, but it's just
like
annoying.
one of those. But so like he calls 911 and he says that he found his wife, Maggie, and his son Paul. He found them dead. They were shot outside of their home. It says in Islandton, a small
Okay.
community an hour north of Hilton Head Island. Um, and basically, like even I remember in the documentary, remember how much property they had? So everything like the dog
Mm-hmm.
kennels where one of them was shot. I want to say the mom was shot in the dog kennels. Like, I mean, it was like so spread out from the house and everything. It was like all over the place. But like even his call, like it just, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Um, And Murdoch tells officers he was not at the crime scene that night. He says he had visited his ailing mother in Elmeda and returned to find his wife and son dead. Um, so
I like forgot all the ending.
like
I forgot how deep it went.
it goes so deep. Like they see, I haven't like made it through there in the
Mm-hmm.
documentary yet, so I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like skimming, but um basically he gets arrested for it and goes on trial for their murders because what he was saying wasn't adding up. And he basically he
Mm-hmm.
knows how to like cover his tracks because he's a lawyer and he helps people cover their tracks essentially.
I didn't
Okay,
know.
maybe I'll
Yeah.
wait to talk
And
about the
he's
rest of
had
it
to
because
cover
I
his
haven't
son's
seen it
tracks over the
in
years,
the
you
show
know?
yet. So I'm just on the part where like I just saw the part where their nanny. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Where
I
they're
remember it's okay because he literally froze.
Oh, I did.
Just for a second, but it was like what you were thinking. So it's just kind of
Oh,
funny.
oh. I was like, are you making fun of me? Because I don't remember. But also remember she was like the nanny, but then she like stayed on as like
Yes.
I don't know what they even called her because she was like kind of like a housekeeper, but she also like ran things in the house. Like, um, but I was on the part where she passed away. So like
Yes.
that's the part I'm on right now. So
Oh,
and
yeah.
where Brittany Snow characters like digging into like that and some other things. So
I'm so excited to watch
super good. Yeah, me too. You know we love her. So super excited to watch the rest of that. So that's on Hulu for everyone that wants to watch with us.
it. Okay. So we're gonna be watching that. I also want to watch. It's something about, and I'm probably gonna butcher it because I butcher every name I try to say. Um, and I think it's like a remake, but it's like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle or something like that on
Oh,
Hulu.
I did see that pop up and I was like, what is this?
It looks
So do
so
you know what it's
good.
about?
I have no idea what it's about. And sometimes it's like almost fun to go into movies like that. It just
That
looks like a thriller. And apparently there's an original version of it, and I guess that was really good where people are like, this better like live up to it. So
okay.
I kinda want to watch the old one and I kinda want to watch that one
Okay. Cool, cool.
if you guys want to too. But yeah. So since this is our Halloween edition, me and Carrie thought it would be fun to find old pictures of us growing up, what we dressed up for us Halloween. and share them with each other and you guys. So we also been doing that the last few days. Well, actually, I had my mom look in her picture, her albums, to find some pictures of me, and we found some, and you found some.
I found some. I found some.
Okay.
I didn't find that many. Like I didn't find that many. Um,
I didn't find
so
that many, but I found some that I totally didn't remember, so that was cool. Because literally, I was trying to think the other day, like, of all the things I'd ever been for Halloween growing up, and I'm like, where is most of my childhood? I don't even know. Like, I couldn't remember hardly any of them.
well, because my mom like moved the photo albums around, so I had to find them. And my dad
Mhm.
made a joke like, why you're not in them anyway, or something, because like it's a
Oh
joke because
yeah,
I'm the baby of the family and like the first child. Like there's so many pictures of her, and there's, so much in her baby book, and me, like there's like
yeah.
nothing. And then I really couldn't find hardly any pictures. So I'm like, cool. I know that was a joke, but I
That's
really
so
can't
funny,
find any. So I found a
but I
few.
feel it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to do the honors? Do you want to go back and forth and share? How do you want to do
Yeah,
it?
we can go back and forth. I can start. So I'm gonna hold it up to the screen and let me know when you see it. Um,
Okay, just give me 1 second. I think
oh, okay.
no, 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 do
Oh,
it, do it. Okay, you're fine.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, hold
Oh
on.
my God, you have actual pictures. That's so funny. Are you the witch?
I am the witch.
You look
So,
angry from what I can see.
so I'm wondering if I was angry because this boy right here was like a witch or a wizard. So I'm wondering if I was mad because somebody else was my costume.
Oh,
I don't know why, other than
he has
that,
a witch hat on. Interest.
right? And
Interesting.
this was 3-year-old, because 3-year-old preschool, I was the only girl in my class. So
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, I was also a
interesting.
witch, probably 5 years total. Like I think 4-year-old, I think I was a witch, and then I think I switched in kindergarten, but then I think I went back to it. Like I did it a few years. Like,
I get it. I get it. I think I
yeah.
was a hippie like 3 years in a row, but
Yeah.
apparently I don't have a picture of it. So sorry, everybody. But since you shared your witchy picture, I will share my witchy picture.
Okay.
Mine are on
Okay.
my phone. This is
Okay.
me I'm super washed out on camera.
Stop.
I don't know if you can see my
Oh
face.
my God. I can kind of see your face, but how cute that we are both
I'm going
witches.
like this.
Of course you are.
Well, maybe my tongue's not out, but that's what I'm doing.
That is so, I see it now.
Okay.
That is so funny. So funny.
I was probably like 5 here or something. I don't really know. I should have had my mom take pictures of the backs of the pictures.
That's okay. Mine aren't on there either.
Okay.
So this just shows how much I wanted to be like my sister because I loved dressing like her. We're 7 years
Same.
apart, and I wanted to dress like her all the time.
Me and my sister were 5.5 years apart, and I wanted to dress like her all the time and be just like her, and she absolutely hated my guts.
Same.
So,
This picture, she looks happy, but we have other pictures where I'm dressed like her and she does not look happy. But this picture, she looks happy.
aw, that's so cute. I love it. Super cute. That's so funny because I remember me and you have bonded over like
Yeah.
our
Like,
sisterhood
mm-hmm.
with our sisters. I just didn't get to realize to say, if I'm being honest, even my therapist was like, okay, like I think she caused some trauma in your life. Like we had. Okay, so since she shared a picture of you and your sister, I'll share a picture of me and my sister.
Okay.
I don't know what she's supposed to be, but I don't know why I'm Mickey Mouse, but I'm Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
You can't see my face again. But I have like all my little yellow buttons, my
Oh, you look
shoes, and then I had my
adorable.
Disney thing. You can't see my face, but
You look
and then I
adorable.
don't thank you. I don't know what my sister was supposed to be. Something
I don't
spooky.
know.
And she has like a drawn on unibrow.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you can see her face. I don't know why
I
you
can
can't see
see
my
her
face.
face. Just not yours.
Of course.
That is so funny. So I tried to find pictures because my friend Jenny and me, we used to live right next door to each other, and we used to go trick or treating together. And every year, like, I mean, I was a witch and stuff, but I remember like being um a Power Ranger, like a pink Power Ranger. I remember being a pumpkin princess. Like I was like
A
cute stuff
pumpkin
too.
princess.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if that was an actual costume or if my mom was just like, okay, and she gave me like a pumpkin
You're
costume with a
you're probably
princess.
so young and be like, I want to be a pumpkin princess. And she's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I'll figure it out, but Jenny would always be something so scary. Or one year I remember her being a ghost with like a sheet. I do remember that when we were really, really little. But
Uh-huh.
do you remember when the Scream mask came out and it was the one where you use a pump and it pumped blood throughout it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what
Yes.
she was. And I don't remember what I was at that time, but I was something really cute. And that was like the picture I was looking for. But of course I couldn't find it because it was
That is
just
so
so funny. We
funny.
were so opposite. And I was like really girly
Yeah.
and she was a little tomboy. Like we just were so opposite. We were best friends though. So I tried to find that, but I couldn't. So I just had to explain that one.
Love
Um
it.
then the other two that I have, well, I have one when I'm older to show you too. So actually let me show you that one first. So that's what inspired tonight's look.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna show this one. Well, I didn't ask him for permission, but you can't really tell it's even him.
Whatever.
Okay. Okay, so Gina and we went to some like Halloween party. I wanted to say it was at Woody's in Royal Oak because that was
Mhm.
like our spot for a minute there. Um, and she didn't want to dress like Jersey Shore people. She just wanted to be her own thing. But me and her boyfriend, I was Snooki and he was Mike the Situation.
Oh, okay.
And all night long, people were asking us for pictures.
Aw.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Oh my God. That is so funny. That
I
is so, he looks
literally
just like him.
just like them. Oh.
So,
And I
I
literally
love it.
made those glasses so like they were sunglasses and I hot glued all the little gems on. So I wish I would have like had time and stuff to do that today because
Were
that
you
would look
wearing a
cool.
wig?
I was, yeah. It's a
Okay.
black wig.
That is
And
so funny.
I had slippers on too. I was so
Oh
comfy.
my gosh.
Yeah.
The best.
The best. And yeah, that was one of my favorite costumes. So I had to have her send me
I
that
love
picture
it.
today. I was like, I have to show Alyssa this.
So funny. I love it. Um, speaking of like your mom, uh, like making you a pumpkin princess, like kind of just going along. So
Whatever,
apparently
yeah.
one year, I don't even know how I was here, I told my mom I wanted to be the fairy godmother from Cinderella. And she was telling me today, she's like, are you sure you don't just want to be Cinderella? And I was like, no, I want to be the fairy godmother. So I think she made my costume this year, but I was the fairy godmother. I wanted to be the old lady. Is your sound off or are you just silent? Can you hear you?
Look, just can I see it again?
Oh, there you are.
Sorry.
Sure, she can let.
Oh shit. Oh my God. That was a good one. That was
That was a
that
good
was
one.
a good one. Oh. Okay, well,
And then I just have one more from when I was a kid. Do you have one more from when you were a kid?
I have two more, but
Okay.
technically, okay, so my elementary school used to put on performances, okay? So
Okay.
one of our classes, we had some really cool, like what are they called? Um, like specials?
Electives?
Yeah,
Yeah.
electives. And one of them was dance. So I could do dance, but then I had to go do something else and then I could come back to dance. You couldn't do it like in a row.
Uh-huh.
And so then we would do like these end of the year numbers, okay? And the first one for sure was first grade. The second one might have been first grade, it might have been second grade, but This one was just cute. And also Jordan's gonna be a cowboy this year. So I was like, this one is adorable. So I showed him. I was like, I was a cowgirl.
Aww.
You see? Well,
Yes, so
I have
cute.
little red cowgirl boots.
I love it. And your hat, that's so cute.
Actually, and while you're looking for yours, that number, so it was like me and this other little boy, we got like this was first grade, okay? We were like picking up on the dance really quickly, so they let us be like the leaders, okay? Well, that day he got suspended and couldn't perform, so I had to be the leader by myself.
Oh,
And I was like a very shy kid. Like, granted, when I got on stage, I wasn't that shy, but like,
yeah.
I really was a shy kid. So that was like a big deal. That was crazy. Then I
That
told
is
people
so
that
hard to
story,
believe.
and they're like, he got suspended in first grade. What did he do? I'm like, I don't even remember, but I just remember he got suspended.
That
But
is,
yeah, I
I
know
know,
it is hard to
honestly.
believe. Yeah, it's hard to believe that I was very shy, but I swear I was.
I was very shy too, but I feel like people can believe that. To speak of cowgirls, the last time I ever went trick-or-treating, I was probably like 18 years old. And I
Yeah.
didn't went trick-or-treating. I went with my friends and we were like taking shots in between houses. But I was a cowgirl too, and that was me.
Oh, stop. Okay, I can see your face now.
I know.
Oh,
But yeah, that one was
that's
fun.
that is fun, even though you were
Like a
drunk.
youngin'. Yeah. It was fun.
Okay, now this one is my funny one, so I saved it
Okay.
for last for you. So, a little backstory. One of the numbers was Lion Sleeps Tonight from The Lion King. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like an older kid number. Like I wasn't in that number, but then I got added into that number as like an extra to come and play the lion. Okay.
Okay.
So my teacher asked around before buying like a lion costume. She's like, does anyone have a lion costume? So one of the parents had a lion costume at home. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh
This was
God.
the this was the
Let
lion
me see. Let me
costume.
see.
Mind you, I'm supposed to be Simba. Okay.
What the fuck? It's a cheetah. I can't see your face. What are you wearing? You look like a bird. I'm so confused. Does she know what a lion is? Why? Does it look like something a child should wear? I can't hear you again.
Oh my
Oh, there
gosh,
you are.
sorry. I wore
When you
this
laugh so hard, I can't hear you.
really?
You
I don't
wore that on
like
stage.
I wore this on stage and pretended that I was Simba, and I had to go. I had to like crawl on stage. Okay, I had to crawl
Oh
and I
my
had to go,
God.
and then I'd yawn, and then I'd crawl to the other side of the stage. And I'd yawn. I was
I would have
like,
passed away.
oh my God. Well, it was like
Does
a
your mom have
memory.
video of that?
I no clue. They didn't have any pictures of anything else, so I doubt it. But who knows?
Oh my
But isn't
God.
that
That is
so
so
funny?
funny.
So it
What
was
was
like
that
a
mom
memory
thinking?
unlocked. I don't know. And what was my teacher thinking accepting that?
Honestly, they must have been extremely desperate. I guess that's what happens when it's like no
I
Amazon, right?
guess. I guess. Yeah, there was no
And no
Amazon back
spirit
then.
Halloween.
Nope, nope. So yeah, I don't know where this
They were
mom
like,
got
it's a
this
cat.
costume from. I
It's a cat. That's all
swear,
we
isn't
needed.
that crazy?
It's
I
crazy. And
literally wore that.
speaking of cats, this is my last one.
Oh, that's adorable.
It is cute, isn't it?
That one is so cute. Oh,
So cute. I feel like I see Peter in that one.
yeah, me too. But I always see Peter like looking
Aw,
like you.
I love it.
Oh,
But yeah,
adorable.
good time.
Oh, that was a good laugh. I think my favorite was for sure your fairy godmother.
Oh, mine was your Simba. Even if that wasn't Halloween, if that was just a
Oh my God.
performance, but that was quite funny.
Speaking of fairy godmothers,
Yes.
my cousin Cassidy, she is my parents' godchild.
Mhm.
And when I don't, I don't know, like ever since she started talking, she called them her fairy godparents. Because do you remember like the Fairly Godparents?
The
So
Fairly Odd
that's where,
Parents.
or Fairly, what did I call
God.
it?
You said Fairly God, I think.
Oh, Fairly Odd Parents. But
Yes.
she thought Fairy Godparents was like the show. So, she used to have the cutest little voice too. She was like,
Mhm.
Fairy Godmother, I like to make one wish. And my mom's like, yeah, what's your wish? And she's like, I want a party with lots of cake and presents at your house. Like, it was so
Aw.
cute. It was so cute.
Cute. So she really
So
thought she
she
could grant a
really thought,
wish.
yeah, isn't
I
that
love
adorable?
that.
I
So
know.
adorable.
I know. And we still like laugh about it now. Like she'll be like, "Thanks, fairy godmother." Like she'll like, because she's older now.
Yeah.
I think we're like 5 or 6 years apart. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, she just had a birthday like in October, and my mom like wished her a happy birthday, and she's like, "Thanks, fairy godmother." Like it's just funny. Um, but yeah,
So cute.
so cute. That's what I thought of when you did your fairy godmother. It's like, yep, she really used to think my parents could grant her wishes.
Aw. Love that.
Hmm.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish I could like go back and be like go back to my brain. Like what was I thinking? Why did I want to be the fairy godmother? Maybe because I could
Do magic, duh. Yeah,
turn
I
pumpkins into
get it.
carriages and shit.
I get it.
That's
Yeah,
probably why.
yeah. Because like I'm trying to think. So yeah, I was a witch a lot. I was a hippie. Like when I got a little older, that was a good one. Like hard to remember.
I, I remember I was a spider at one point. That's all I remember. I remember going to like a Halloween party with my sister. Well, and my mom, obviously, but it was like a kid's Halloween party, and they had the thing where it's like you hang like a donut hole or a donut from
Oh
like the
yeah, I
string, and then you
remember that.
gotta. And I remember like I was trying to get it, and obviously I was short, and I was trying to get it. I remember my sister just smashing it into my mouth, and I was like so upset. That's kind of shit she did to me. Or she'd be like, "Let's play Hocus Pocus," and I'm like, "Okay," and then she like tied me to a chair. And I'm like,
And that was Hocus Pocus.
"This is fun." Yeah.
Surprisingly, my sister wasn't that mean, but I feel like we were just at different stages. So like she was hardly ever home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was like being a teenager and she was all cool. But yeah, I just wanted to be just like her though.
Mm-hmm. I get
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Samesies. Um, okay. And then of course it wouldn't be an episode without some spooky stories. I
Yep.
think we had one person send in a spooky story.
Yes.
And then I did get a spooky story from Reddit. And I
Okay.
was looking at Reddit and there were some that was like too spooky, like I couldn't even finish reading.
Oh.
So I didn't do anything with those because I was like, eh. It was
Okay,
about like
so
shadows or like people at the end of your bed, and I was like in bed, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do this right now.
yeah, no. I had just watched, so remember when Corey came over last week?
Mm.
We were watching YouTube, and there's this YouTuber that I watch. It's like a whole family that I watch. Like her name's Morgan, her brother's name's Rylan. Rylan's married to Shane. Rylan has a podcast with Lizzie, and they like do the podcast online. Like,
Mhm.
so it's like all these people, and then they used to be friends with this guy who does all these like haunted places with his best friend, and they're hilarious together. Like, so it's like a bunch that I watch, but Morgan's like one of my faves. Like she's like my fave. So it's funny because he's like, "Oh, you just love watching her videos because they do. They cheer me up. Like I literally will be watching and I'm in such a good mood." So Morgan, she just started like her own podcast with her friend Brooke, okay? And
Mhm.
that's where I got the idea to do like the Halloween. like showing each other what they were for Halloween because they were doing that and like Morgan's were all like cute and stuff. Or like, you know, she was like making shit up, like how I did with the Pumpkin Princess. And then Brooks were all really scary. And she's
Mhm.
like, my poor mother, like every year she'd ask me what I wanted to be, and I would tell her, and she'd be like, okay. And she would make it work. And Brooke has three other sisters, and all of them were very cutesy, very like, you know, like their costumes were all very girly. And then she's like, and I'd be like, I want to be a ghoul. I want to be. And she was like showing her costumes, and I was like crying laughing, like how I was at your godmother. I was like crying laughing. And she said the one year, she's like, I want to be a bride. And her mom's like, oh, you want to be a bride? And she goes, yeah, bloody bride. And so there's a picture with like blood all
Ew.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I haven't watched like their beginning episodes, but I just randomly caught this episode and they're doing like a ghost tour. So they started,
Oh.
Morgan's from Colorado. So they started in Colorado at the Stanley Hotel.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to tell just a couple things about the ghosts at the Stanley Hotel because it's, I guess, a very well-known place. This is where The Shining was filmed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Okay.
and apparently Dumb and Dumber, but that's weird, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Polar
Found that.
opposite.
Corey found that little tidbit, so I can't really take credit for that. But okay, just like the first step on their ghost tour. Now I think they went to Salem, but I didn't listen to that episode yet. But the Stanley Hotel, like I said, is known for being haunted. Like that is where Stephen King got
Oh.
all of the references for The Shining. So some of the popular ghost sightings there are Flora Stanley, the founder's wife. She plays the piano. Elizabeth Wilson, a housekeeper who allegedly tidies rooms in 217. After I guess they had a 1911 gas explosion. Other reported activity includes children's laughter on the fourth floor, objects moving on their own, and apparitions, particularly in room 401 and the basement of the concert hall. Okay.
Mhm.
So, some of the things that happened while I was watching. So, they went outside. Apparently, they have like a maze there too.
Mhm.
And they went outside and
The one from The Shining.
yeah,
It was that maze.
I think so. I don't
Okay,
think they
that would make
really like
sense.
showed, I don't think they like showed the actual maze, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Um, but they felt like sick, like in the maze. And then this is like TMI. But okay, so then they go and they glance in the concert hall, but I didn't listen because like they had like an episode, they had like a vlog that I watched before I watched the actual episode of the podcast. So I didn't know, but if I would have watched it first, then I would have known that the concert hall was like one of the most haunted places. So they literally didn't even show in the vlog the concert hall because they were like that, like scared.
Oh.
And yeah, then they go inside and like, you know how like the saying is like scared shitless?
Mhm.
Like you scared the shit out of me. Like,
Yeah. Does
so
that
like
think it means?
literally, well, they went back in and Morgan like had to go. So like,
Oh.
like the one girl's just like in the lobby and she's just like chilling and she like shows like she's like sitting by the fireplace and she's like, I feel bad because like Morgan's like going through it right now. Like, you know, and I'm just chilling by the fireplace. Like, you know, like, and so me and Corey like kept laughing about it like all day. We're like, scared the shit out of me. Like we're like literally, you know, like just
Yeah.
I don't know, like all day. So that was funny. And then in the podcast episode, they are like both talking, so it's going back and forth between them two. And Brooke's talking, and behind her the light like goes off, but it's like
Mhm.
way in the back, like it's in the closet. I don't know how to describe it. They were in a certain room that it was I can't remember what the name of the room was, but apparently it was like based on this guy that had something to do with the Stanley Hotel, but a lot of his belongings, like he was known for wearing this like old-timey hat. So like
Mhm.
that was in the closet and it's like behind glass, but then it has like a light like to like show on
Hmm.
all the items in the closet, like all the
Yeah.
artifacts, and it just randomly went out like as they
That's
were like
weird.
talking. Yeah.
That's creepy.
Um and turns back on later.
Hmm.
because then Morgan's talking and then later on it shows Brooke talking and it's lit up again. And I was like, what the hell? Like, so I noticed that as we were watching, and Corey's like, what? And I was like, I noticed that. Um, so I don't know. They like go around, they're like exploring, and on the fourth floor, they like felt sick and like all this stuff. So super excited to see the rest of their ghost tour. And I love like all the like Salem, like witch stuff, like all of that interests
Yeah.
me. So I think that's where this next one is. So can't wait
And
to
what's
watch that one.
their channel called?
Um, I
Or their family?
so her name is Morgan Adams, but it's on like both of her channels. So it's Morgan Adams, but then also Morgan Blogs. Um, but let me see what their podcast is called. Morgan and Brooke. Okay. It's called Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out with Morgan Adams and Brooke Berry.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Yeah, it's so funny.
This sounds super interesting.
I don't know. Her videos just like they do. They put me in a good mood. She bought like a house in she's from Colorado. That's where her family lives. And so she
Hmm.
bought a house and she fixed it up on YouTube. And she documented the whole process. And unfortunately, a couple times she got taken advantage of by like some contractors and things and went through some legal stuff like with them and all this stuff. So it took her a lot longer, but her house is so beautiful. Like, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, I don't know. You should check her out. I really like her.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely will,
Yeah.
especially for the spooky stories.
Yes.
Um, so I'll start with the one that was sent in to us because it's super spooky.
Okay.
Um, and it's from Lacey. And it's so funny because I remember her telling me this like a long time ago, and I remember parts of it, but it's way creepier than I remember. Okay. So she said, when I was a baby, we lived in this quote unquote little gray house. That's what her parents called it. And her crib was in her sister's room, which also had this creepy little door in her wall in her room, which was like to the attic door, which I like. I cannot live in a room that has one of those creepy little doors or like in the closet. Like you have one
I have a creepy little.
in your bedroom? Carrie, I could not.
Okay, but mine doesn't go to the attic. The bathroom is right next to me, so it's like the pipes for the
Okay.
for the bathroom. But literally, as I'm reading her story, why do you think I have chills again? Just thinking about it. Literally, my
Wait.
creepy little door is right here.
I would have something like
Can you
very
see?
heavy in front of it.
I do.
You do have a creepy little door. I don't like it. Okay. So I'm so sorry we're telling the story. Um,
I kind of wanted to wait to tell you that on the podcast.
that,
'Cause I-
yeah,
yeah. Are you shook?
yeah. I hate that for you. Okay. Um, yeah, I have chills too. So she said, my parents said she would always wake up screaming in the middle of the night, saying she saw floating heads floating around her. She had names for all of them, and one of them was named Meanie for obvious reasons. Multiple times, my mom walked in the room to my sister, who was 4 at the time, with a bag over my head. Yeah, with a bag over my head, or holding a pillow over my head, trying to kill me. LOL. She would say that Mimi told her to do it. My mom also said that cabinet doors in the kitchen would always be open when they'd wake up, and my dad said every time he mowed the lawn, it always felt like someone was watching him out the window. It got pretty bad with my sister screaming all the time at night and weird things happening that my mom eventually whispered to my dad that they were going to pack up. I love how she said whispered, like she was too afraid to say it out loud.
Yeah.
The next day, oh, so they wanted to pack up the next day and move out. So we ended up moving out, and my mom went back to the house to clean it since it was a rental. And when she went back there, she said a ton of witchcraft shit had been pulled out of the attic door in my sister's room, which they had never went into the attic. So my mom stuffed all the stuff back in there, shut the door, and locked it. The next day she went back to finish cleaning. The attic door was wide open again.
Mm.
Ew. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's creepy.
Chuck. Thank you so much, Lacey, though, because that was
Thank you.
such a
Yes.
good story. I'm so sorry that happened to you and your family, but thank you because we needed a spooky story for the pod.
Yes,
She
and
came through.
Thank God Danielle didn't kill you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Shout
I'm
out to Danielle.
pissed. I don't know about that. No, I'm just kidding. Um, too funny. So, okay, so I have another story that I just found on Reddit, but
Okay.
I was gonna say, so I remembered, I was trying to think of like other scary stories in my head. And I do remember one. I don't think I ever told you. I don't think so. But it like wraps around, well, I guess it's like a two-parter. But before I get into it, have you ever experienced, I don't think I've asked this question. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? Yeah,
No.
but you know what that is.
Yeah. You just
Okay,
can't
so
move in
like
your sleep,
you wake
but
up
you're
and you
like awake,
can't,
but you can't
you're
move.
awake,
Yeah.
but you can't move, you can't say anything, you can't do anything, you're just up. And it's like really, really weird. Um, okay. So the one story, so it like kind of ties into the story. So I'll circle back. Um, but so I was at my friend Jeremy's house. I was like really good friends with him when I was like 18. We also had a friend that he was kind of dating Lacey, a different Lacey. And we'd always like all stay the night over at his house and stuff. So
Hmm.
his sister who no longer lived there, she moved out. She in high school, she had like I think she was engaged. I think she was engaged very young, like either right out of high school or something. And I forget how, but he died.
Oh,
So
okay.
that like kind of plays into this because she always said like so she's a nanny and she said like toys would always go off like randomly and she would like I don't know. I just remember like the toy thing. But anyway, so and think I think he had a little brother who also passed away. I don't know that whole story. But anyway, so me and Lacey were staying the night at his house and we were sleeping in the sister's room because she didn't live there anymore, but like she still had her bed and whatever. So we were standing there and Jeremy was in his room. And me and Lacey both thought each other were asleep, but we both kept hearing like it sounded like a thump right under the bed. Like to the point where I
Mm-mm.
was like, I kept hearing it and I kept trying to like shake it off. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I hear it. Like, this is weird. But I thought she was sleeping. And apparently she was doing the same thing where she was like awake and like, oh my God, I hear something. I'm freaked out. But she thought I was sleeping. So anyway, so she gets up and I thought she like just went to the bathroom, but then she just like wasn't coming back. And I like keep hearing it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So finally I get out of
Yeah.
bed. And she went in Jeremy's room because she was so scared. I'm like, "What are you doing?" You know. And then she was like, "I kept
Yeah.
hearing it." She's like, "I kept hearing thumping under the bed, and I got freaked out. And I came in here, and she's like, "I thought you were sleeping." I'm like, "Girl, I thought you were sleeping, but I heard it too." So we didn't go back in there or whatever. Um, and then fast forward, it's probably like over a year later, but it was a morning. Lacey called me and she was freaking out and she's like, you have to believe me. She's like, I know you will. Like, no one else will believe me. She's like, but like we were, you know, like laying in bed. I think like Jeremy was already asleep. And she was like, I kept thinking, because like sometimes we would play with Ouija boards and we were just like, you know, we were just stupid, crazy teenagers and we thought creepy stuff was cool or
Yeah.
whatever. And so she was like kind of like saying in her mind, like, okay, like that stuff isn't real. Like, you need to stop, like, kind of like talking herself out of the shit. And she said the bed started shaking. And then finally, like, into where her head in her head, she started saying, she's like, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. And then, like, it stopped. So she tells me this that morning, right? So for some reason, I don't know how or why, I decided to stay the night there that night. And I was like sleeping on the floor next to the bed. Like, so her and Jeremy were sleeping in bed, and I was like, I made a bed on the floor, right? So I remember I was sleeping and like creepy stuff didn't happen all the time. Like I stay the night there a lot, you know. But I remember I was sleeping on my side, so I was like facing away from the bed and I woke up and it was like the sleep paralysis. Like I've had it one other time before this. But I was having this sleep paralysis where I was trying so hard to roll over, like, and like I couldn't. I was trying so hard to like say something or scream or like reach my arm out. Like I couldn't do anything. I don't even know how long it was. It felt like forever. And then finally I was able to get up and I was like, what the fuck? That was creepy. But it was just so creepy that it happened like that night, like after she was talking about like that bed shaking and shit.
Okay, I'm shook that you forgot this. Did you just like
I think maybe I
keep
just
this
mentally
out of your
blocked it
mind?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that so
That's
creepy?
so creepy.
Super creepy. And the only other time I had sleep paralysis was, I think I was probably like around 15. And we were at this apartment me and my mom lived at, and it was just totally random. I just woke up in the middle of the night. It was the same thing. I was like up, couldn't move, couldn't scream, couldn't do anything. And then finally, like I was able to. And then I went and slept with my mom because I was like so scared.
Yeah, no. That is crazy.
That shit, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
It's so creepy. But girl, I hate to go back to your small attic door.
Yeah. It's not an attic.
Oh, your small
It's
door,
literally,
your plumbing door.
isn't that crazy? So literally when I read her thing, I was like,
Dude, I don't want to freak you out because I know it's night, but now I'm thinking about like all the weird shit we hear on your end when we
oh my
podcast.
God, don't, no, don't, do not, do not,
Okay.
do not. Let's not go there.
All right. All right. Do you want me to share my other Reddit story?
Yeah, is it really scary?
I don't think so. I forget what it was about, to be
Okay.
honest.
I'm gonna need a happier story after this.
It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy. It's about an imaginary friend.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Um, yeah, so my kids know you're not allowed to have an imaginary friend. No, we've never talked about that. But like if they came to me saying they had one, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house right now.
Okay, remind me to come back to Callan. Okay, go ahead.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that an imaginary friend? Oh God. Okay. Okay. You're gonna love this story. Okay. So this was a Reddit person. Their screen name was Fragrant Dash Choice 151, in case you care. So my big brother giving full credit, you know.
I feel you. I feel you.
Okay. My big brother used to have an imaginary brother, and he would always play with him, but sometimes he would say, "Stop, leave me alone," or "No, I don't want to go to my room to play." My mom would ask him what's going on. He would say, "He won't leave me alone." Of course, my mom had no idea what he was talking about and thought it was just him being a kid with an imaginary friend. Well, a day after my brother's birthday, he had these balloons. And keep in mind, my brother is just a little kid, and he's obviously not tall, so he couldn't reach the plates, knives, forks, etc. It was around 10 to 11 p.m., and my mom heard the balloons pop. So she went outside, and my brother looked really scared. So my mom asked him what happened. Did you pop the balloons? And my brother said, freaking out, no, it was him, pointing to his imaginary friend that my mom obviously couldn't see. My mom saw the knife next to the balloons and immediately knew that he was too short to reach any of those things. So she said, "Get out of my house," to my brother's imaginary friend. Since my mom couldn't see him, she asked my brother if he left, and he said he had left and thanked my mom. Later, about 10 to 15 minutes later, my cousins came over, and my cousin said that he saw a woman in all white with her hair in front of her face in the front door. My brother said uh, that this was his mom, and she opened the door. My cousins were already inside and asked my brother if she was still there, and my brother said yes, and that she was mad. She started to yell for her to get out and then asked my brother if she was still there, and he said no. My brother is now 19 and says he still sometimes sees him in his mirror.
Shut the fuck up.
Mm.
Shut the fuck up.
Little creepy.
Very creepy. You're like, that one's not scary. I'm like, that one was scary.
I think I said it was a little scary.
Oh my God.
No, that would freak me out. I would like sell my house.
Yeah, same.
No questions
Same.
asked.
So Callan had an imaginary friend when he was little named Jonathan. Okay.
Wait, who's
I
Callan?
Callan's my youngest nephew.
Okay.
So I have Corey, the older one, and Callan's the younger one. So he's, what is he now? 13, 14.
Uh-huh.
But he was like little, like probably like 6.
Mhm.
And he had an imaginary friend named Jonathan. And I don't even remember stories. I wish I would have known we were talking about this and I could have asked my sister, but I don't really remember. I just remembered his name was Jonathan. I just remember that. But I also remember that my sister's boyfriend's son, who's a little bit older than Corey, so I think like a year older than Corey, he used to play basketball for East Detroit, but they call it East Point now.
Mhm.
Um, and at the gym, I want to say it was a home game, and at the gym, Callan, he was younger. He said he saw like a little boy, or I think it was a little girl in like a white dress, but it was like cut up or something, and she was like
Mhm.
bloody. I don't know.
Ah,
And he literally told my sister this, and she was like, "What?" And so I don't remember the exact story. Like I would have asked if I'd known we were talking about this, but this just came to my mind as we were talking about imaginary friends. But he literally like he described what he saw so much that I went to like look it up. Like I didn't go to like the East Detroit Library or anything, but honestly, I was like ready to do it because I was like looking up online, thinking like what was built over that land, like blah blah blah. Like what
yeah,
was it before? Like I was just trying to figure it out because he described it like so intricately, you know?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Which I mean, he is kind of known to fib, so like I don't know, but I just thought it was weird that like where would he get that from? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how he described it, I don't know.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's creepy.
Hmm.
Creepy, creepy.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we really prepared any happy stories to
Bummer.
leave on a positive note. But but that's okay. It's a Halloween episode, right? It's supposed to be spooky,
Yeah,
so
that's right.
yeah. Um, but I think that wraps it up. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so this week, what are we gonna be watching? Do you remember?
Um,
How do you say Murdoch? Murdoch?
Murdoch, yep. The Murdoch,
What?
it's Murdoch Death in the Family
Okay,
on Hulu.
so we'll be watching that on Hulu. Nobody wants this.
Nobody wants this.
Last week we said nobody wants us or something like that, right? That's what you thought I said, but nobody wants us. Um,
Like, dang.
um, no, they'll probably be it. I do want to watch the whole like hand on the cradle thing or whatever it's called on Hulu. Um, but we don't have to watch that this week. The
Yeah,
hand that rocks the cradle.
I gotta watch some happier stuff right now.
Yeah.
So,
And when I looked it up real quick, the original came out in 1992. So
oh, okay.
there you go.
Who was in that one that we would know?
From the 1992 version, or
Yeah. Was it like a
da, da,
big
da, da.
movie?
It was a psychological thriller. Annabella Sciorra, Rebecca De Mornay, Matt McCoy, and Ernie Hudson.
Nobody.
I don't know.
Okay.
The plot follows the pregnant wife of a Seattle obstetrician, is that how you say that? Who dies by suicide after he's accused of sexual misconduct by some of his patients. The shock leads his
Mm.
wife to miscarry, after which she poses as a nanny for one of her late husband's accusers and slowly begins to infiltrate the family.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, it sounds interesting.
It does.
Hmm.
So that's
Okay.
on the list. On the
Sounds
list. So,
good.
but yeah, if you guys have anything to share with us or want us to watch anything, let us know. And until
Yeah.
then,
We'll talk to you next week.
we'll talk to you next week. Happy Halloween.
All right. Bye.
Bye.